and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working on a 2008 Honda Ridgeline. We're going to be doing the power steering pump. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Okay, so here we are, 2008 Honda Ridgeline. Customer's complaint is that it is hard to turn the steering wheel. You can hear that pump whine. Our steering pump is right here. Check the fluid level. And there's fluid in there, it's flowing around. There you go, now you can hear it start whining. Alright, so get that going. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is take off this cover. It's just 3 little tabs. Hit with a flat blade screwdriver. And it should lift up. Then you have 2 pins on the back side that go into these grommets. And that will expose your power steering pump. Sitting up on top of the engine, nice and proud, very easy to get to. So the next thing we have to do is get the serpentine belt off. So after you've taken that cover off, now you need to get the belt loose. So this is the tensioner pulley right here. And that is a 14mm, but it is a very tough spring. What you need to do is push it towards the back of the vehicle. And then you can slip it off one of the pulleys. I just slipped it off the alternator. Alright, so now you have your belt loose. And this is the pulley for the power steering pump right here. Alright, break that one loose. No room to work in here. So those are 12mm. And the other one should be see it because I can't. It's down below, right there. So I'll bring you back when I get that loose. All right, you're also going to want to break these. You're also going to want to break these two power steering line bolts loose. And those are 10mm. Add a little wiggle, pop it off. Play with it and get that other 12mm bolt out. There's that. And now we just have this one hose clamp. Should be able to just grab it with a pair of pliers. Wiggle it up. Drop the pliers. I got them. Hopefully, should have left that bolt in. Alright, so we'll just throw this bolt back in, give it a couple threads, just to hold the pump in place as we try and break this hose free. Give it a couple little twists and yeah, pull it. Alright, so there's that. And there's your power steering pump out. Pretty simple. Sort of. Now we gotta try and wiggle it out of its home. There we go. Not too bad. Now there is a nut threaded on. Now there's a nut threaded on here. If there was more space, it may have been advantageous to try and break that loose while it was still under tension of the belt, but since there's not much space in here, I opted for number 2, which is take it out, and then I'll just take a screwdriver and put that in one of the holes and hopefully just take an impact and spin that off. So I'll show you that. Alright, so that's okay, so that's a 19 millimeter. That spins off pretty easy. Now, let's see if the pulley comes off easily. If not, I do have a pulley puller. Alright, so since this is a junk pump anyway, we'll just try, oh, there we go. Didn't even need to, so that was pretty easy. So it does have little splines on it, but it popped off pretty easy. Alright, so here we have our new pump. It does come with everything except the pulley. So here's where the line goes down to the power steering. Yep. And this is where, so this was that bracket I took the bolts off. This is the nipple for the hose. Everything else is just sealed. So take that, slip that on. Tighten that down, 19 millimeter. And since it was so easy, figured I'd try it without the screwdriver. Plus you also, if possible, you know, by not putting the screwdriver in, you're not putting any weird pressures on anything. Alright, so bring it back over to the car. Okay, now we did spill some power steering fluid down here, paying homage to South Main Auto. So try and wash everything down. Okay, so got that sprayed down. Bring our new pump in. Slides right in. It's got the two 12 millimeter bolts. Definitely want to get these started by hand. Don't want to cross thread them in the aluminum engine. check that O-ring. It looks pretty decent, but I'll see if I have one. If I have an O-ring, I'll replace it, just because I'm here. Move you guys out of the way. This bottom bolt. That one's finger tight. Top one's finger tight. Alright. Alright, so I got my O-ring kit here. Let's see if one matches up. Actually, that O-ring is pretty hard. Let's see if this works. Alright, so that seemed to go in there. I'll take that plug out. And then in order to have this thing not start dry, I take a little power steering fluid and put it in the orifices to get some fluid into that pump. Now I'm not sure what the difference is, but Honda does have their own power steering fluid. So since that's what it calls for, that's what we'll put in. Making a mess. Spin the pulley. Make sure that it's full. Close to full. Alright, so there's that together. We know we have fluid in the pump. We do have some bubbles coming up, and it did suck it down. We'll add a little more. As running a pump dry is a great way to burn it up. Let's try and get this down on now. We did put a new O-ring on it, so let's lube that O-ring up. We'll just give it a light little tap. See if we can get that to seat. Alright, sorry about that. Battery died while I was tightening down that power steering line. Now don't go super crazy tightening these up. Remember, you are tightening up into aluminum. There's really no way to get any of the torque wrenches that I have in here, so just be smart about it when you're tightening it down. Alright, so there's that. Bring our hose back, set that on, and this clamp is pretty weak. Didn't even need pliers for it, really, at least not for most of it. We'll just grab it with pliers. We'll just grab it with some pliers just to finish it off, make it easier on ourselves. And then that just goes down to where it was. Alright, we'll hit this again with some brake clean just to get all the oil washed down. Then we gotta put the belt back on. Be right back. Okay, then after you're done with that, come into the car, fire it up, turn the car lock to lock a few times. No squealing, it's good. And for those who are wondering, this has 236,419 miles on the clock. Alright. So you've turned it lock to lock, you come out, check the fluid. Fluid looks good. Check for leaks. Everything looks dry. So it looks like a successful repair. Put your cover back on if you so are inclined, if it's yours. If it's not, if it's customer's, definitely put it back on. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, God bless. Have a wonderful day.